Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I'm outside Villa Park after a 2-1 loss against Aston Villa in the Premier League. Charlie, what did you make of what you've seen today?
Same old shit, mate. Really disappointing. First half we were okay, to be honest. I thought we looked all right. Little sort of switch up of the system. Reece in the midfield with 3 men in there. It looked a bit more solid. We get an early goal, but we had maybe 1 or 2 chances, but we didn't really take them. And it just felt like that it was inevitable for the goal to be coming. The goal was coming. And it's just the same old story, mate. We've got weak mentality. Weak mentality. As soon as we come out in that second half, I knew they were scoring. Look at the difference in the benches between us and Villa. Villa are a big football club, by the way. It is embarrassing. I know there's some injuries, right? They've also got injuries, but look at the difference in the benches. All we've got to bring on is Jadon Sancho, who's been horrendous in the last few weeks. Everyone else on the bench is an academy kid, pretty much. We brought on Tosin early for Chalobah. That's it. Look what Villa are bringing on. Rashford. They're bringing on Marlon. They're bringing on game changers and quality. And can you believe it, mate? Players signed in January made a difference. I thought you couldn't get game changers in January. What was that? Rashford 2 assists, Asensio 2 goals. But apparently you can't get players that can win you games in January. That's what we were told. That's what we were told. We were absolutely shit, and we deserve everything we're getting right now. We deserve this. Because what was that today, mate? What was that? Jorgensen in goal. All right, he's probably better than Sanchez. That is an abysmal mistake that he's made at the end there. He just let it through. He just let it through his body.
I need to see a replay on it. I haven't seen it, to be honest.
Mate, it's terrible. Don't watch it, mate, because you'll upset yourself. Don't bother with it.
Is it that bad?
It's terrible. Mate, we spent over... How much money have we spent on goalkeepers? We don't have a single good one. Our best one is playing for Strasbourg. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Nkunku today, shocking. Absolutely awful. What does he do? Please tell me what he does. We asked for £65 million for that guy in January. We're lucky to get 6.5 million for him. At this point, mate, we need to leave him out of the team so he doesn't tank his value anymore, because he doesn't bring anything to the team. He was on the left-hand side today. He's lazy. He doesn't look interested. He's not breaking the gut to get into the box. And we're going forward. I'm seeing Enzo Fernandez getting into the box ahead of Nkunku. What's going on there? What is going on there? And the manager, look, he tried something different today. Fair play. He had to try something different. It kind of worked, but then we were completely out of ideas. We didn't really switch anything up. We had no options. And then that lack of know-how, that lack of experience on the pitch, and that weak mentality that we've got that stems from the top, comes from the manager, comes from the players as well, was evident. They just overpowered us in that second half, and we had no answers.
I mean, when we talk about the Champions League race, the race for Champions League, Villa were one of our main competitors. I saw Bournemouth drop points today against Wolves. Don't usually look at what Bournemouth do, but I was chuffed. I thought, okay, we can gain some ground here. And now we're in a situation where we've had another opportunity, we've let it slip, and the fans have to question, as I question, and I do question, why should we have any faith in this team? Why should we have any faith in the management? And do we have enough to bring ourselves, even with the lack of activity in January, to propel us into the Champions League?
No, mate. I told you, as soon as the January window closed, I told you after the West Ham game, we're not finishing Champions League. Mate, we go every week. We know what we're seeing on the pitch. That is not getting Champions League football. Absolutely no chance. At best, we'll finish 6th or 7th. We need to win the Conference League to make sure we get Europa League. But, mate, we're only going one way at the moment, and that's down the table. Simple as that. We're heading down the table. We're going in one direction. It doesn't look like we know what we're doing. We don't know how to arrest this slump. It's now, 2 wins in our last 10 Premier League games. That's relegation form, mate. 2 wins in 10. And, people say trust the manager, people say back the players. You have to back the players, of course, because they're young, they're inexperienced. They're not doing enough. The manager's not doing enough. But ultimately, all this is happening by design, because the very way that we've recruited is why this is happening. Look, how many examples do we need that this way of recruiting does not work? Another example again today in that 90 minutes. Game changes come on, experience comes on, changes the game. What do we have? Nothing. No options, nothing to change the game. Players who've got no ideas, and it's looking very, very bleak.
Some people would say that's part of the transition of going from one direction of a club to another, but I struggle to see any form of transition whatsoever, except from becoming a top club, becoming a mediocre club.
Mate, the only transition we're doing is from good to shit. we're transitioning into a shit team. When you're phasing players out, you've got to do it gradually. Don't phase them all out at one go and then replace them with no experience. The fact that basically in the summer we replaced Thiago Silva with Tosin sums us up. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. When you're on that pitch today, right, who are you looking to get you out of a difficult moment? Who are you looking to for some encouragement? Who are you looking to calm the nerves down? You're looking around the pitch. There's no one. Absolutely no one. Colwell, poor again today. Gusto, poor again today. Backline, poor. Going forward, we're a little bit better, but compared to previous weeks, at least we scored a goal and we had a few efforts on target. But ultimately, mate, this is crap. It's absolutely crap. And the worst part is it's not even surprising. It's expected now. Did you come up here expecting to get anything?
I thought we'd get battered, mate. I'm actually surprised that it was competitive as it was.
Well, so competitive first half, wasn't competitive in the second half.
It was competitive. We could see it at the end, but in the
margin
of goals, it was 2-1.
Sure, but we weren't really competing in that game. I didn't expect us to get anything. I don't think many Chelsea fans expected anything from this game. That's just the sad reality of where we are right now. You can talk about get the owners out. You can talk about this and that, and the manager and whatnot. Ultimately, this is what we are right now. We are a mediocre club, and that mentality of losing don't really matter. I don't reckon they're that bothered they've lost today. The manager will just come out, trot out the usual sort of lines. We tried something different. We did X, Y, Z, or whatever. They tried really hard. We're working really hard. All the usual bullshit. Nothing's changing. Nothing is changing. You do a different system, and nothing changed. We had a bit of a bounce in the first half, but other than that, mate, you're looking at it and you're just thinking, where's our next win coming from? You've got Southampton and Leicester at home, back to back next. 6 points is a must. If we can't get 6 points, forget it. Just fold the club. We might as well not bother anymore.
What's your thoughts on the protest before the Southampton game?
Look, I support it. I back it. But ultimately, how many people are going to turn up? I've got no idea. Is it going to make much difference? I don't really know. But if you've got a voice, get your thoughts across. Come down, try and make a difference. One thing's for certain is nothing's going to change if no one tries. So we've got to try. But ultimately, at the end of the day, mate, the owners aren't going to sell. They're not going to sell after 3 years. Look at how long the Glazers have been there. Look at how long Arsenal, United, Spurs fans have been trying to get their ownerships out. They don't care at the end of the day, mate. And they're certainly not going to sell after three years. So, look, I don't know how many more times they can watch us and think that what we're doing is okay. I really don't. But yeah, mate, we're just tumbling down the table. Really poor today. And it's going to be a bleak end to the season for us.
Any positives we can take on the pitch?
We scored a goal. Bit of shot on target, better than last week. Other than that, no, not really. I thought Reece James was all right. Neto was half decent from the middle. Enzo was all right. Other than that, mate, no positives.
Would you invert James again?
Yeah, why not? Why not? At this point, mate, we just got to we've got to try something different. We just have to.
Now up front as well?
Yep, for sure. Yeah, there was actually a little bit of threat in behind, much more than Nkunku would have offered. So I would go with that again, yeah.
And Nkunku on the left, I don't understand how you could play him as a winger, because he's a player, if you get him in the right positions, he can score goals, but he doesn't do anything apart from that.
I don't understand how you can play him full stop. Just stop picking him. Why did Tyreek George not play today? Mate, George would have given you way more today on that left side, way more. But I don't want to see Nkunku in a Chelsea shirt anymore. Let's just give the young guys a chance. Forget it.
We've got no depth anyway, so we're forced to give young players a chance. And you look at the midfield, we've got Dewsbury Hall, we've got young players, Raksaki, I don't know if he was on the bench or not. In defence as well, you look at the injuries, Chalobah's out now, we had Tosin coming on for here. It's not getting any easier for us, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's still not good enough. And that, again, Maresca deserves a little bit of leeway, because he can't control who gets injured.
No.
And he's been given a group of bums to work with, a group of players that aren't good enough to achieve what needs to be achieved.
Mate, he's been given a load of spanners in his toolbox, hasn't he, mate? There's no different tools. We need a few screwdrivers in there, little, fucking screwdriver, little hammer. We need some options in there, mate. And all we've got is fucking spanners in the toolbox, mate. And it's shit.
He said, I'm not here to survive. I'm here to achieve things at Chelsea. The way it looks like it, he's going to have to survive, because we're not getting any results.
No, we're not getting any results, mate. And he's here to achieve stuff, fine. But right now, mate, it's Conference League or bust for us. We're not finishing in the top 6. No chance. Absolutely no chance. You've seen the games we've got left for the rest of the season. Forget Southampton and Leicester at home. We've got fucking tough games left, mate. We're not getting enough points to finish in the Champions League. No chance.
I mean, the thing is as well, with the way we're playing as well, players are going to be watching this. What's the attraction of coming to Chelsea now? If you know that there isn't that ambition from above, and we struggled to see how we finish in the top 4, let alone top 5, what's the attraction?
There is no attraction, mate. Unless you're at a much smaller club, there's no attraction. Why would you come to Chelsea when you could sign a 7-year contract and be sold 1 year later or 6 months later? Why would you come to Chelsea when it's an unstable environment where no one really knows what's going on, where you don't know when you're going to win the next trophy or whatever? So, yeah, I don't blame players. And like when you start getting rejected by young players, which is the very premise that this project's built on, you know that you're fucked.
Big up to you, Charlie. Thank you very much, mate.
Mate,
Pleasure.